Hello guys, welcome back. So in today's lesson 4, we'll be studying different levels of testing. So this topic is not directly asked in your interviews, but in interviews they do ask what are different types of testing. So to understand different types of testing, we need to understand different levels of testing. So let's start. Level of testing. There are total 4 levels of testing, and a software goes through all these levels while in testing, right? We are not talking about STLC. STLC comes in one of these levels. We are talking about many different levels, right? So let's start with the first level, that is unit testing. So as I just said that unit, or also known as component testing, is very first level of testing. Secondly, in this testing, we do component or unit testing. Okay, in this we do testing of a component or unit, or you can say module, unit, classes, or a small piece of code, right? So let's assume a developer is given a task to write a code where a user will enter his username, user will enter his password, and then user will click on login button. So in backend, what system needs to do is system will go and check in DB that whether this user is a verified user, whether this user do exist in system or not, right? So in backend, a DB check should be done, and user developer needs to write a code for this. So let's assume that developer wrote the code. How developer will know that whether whatever code he has written is working or not, right? So developer will perform a unit testing or a component testing. Why it's called a unit testing? Because over here developer is just testing this small piece of code. Okay, developer is not testing whole thing. Developer is testing that whether the code written for the connection of system to the database is working fine or not. And if let's say the connection is failing between system and database, then that means the code is not properly written, right? So over here, what developer is doing is doing a unit testing, that he has just written a unit, or we can say a small piece of code, and he is doing some testing. So developer will think of some more cases around these scenario, right, and around this piece of code. And these kinds of testing is called as unit testing, or you can say component testing. Okay. So as I just said that this is usually done by developers, and bugs are not raised, okay, because developer is writing the code and he will write the test cases also, okay. So over here bugs are not raised. What we are doing over here, we are verifying the functionality, we are verifying the logic and the data flow, right? So we are checking whether the data is properly flowing or not. Even if let's say you are a user who is firstly onto a Instagram page and you need to register, right? So whatever username you are entering for your registration process, that data should be fed to the database. So that is called as data flow. So over here, I will again explain it. Over here, we are just testing a small piece of code, and that testing is done by a developer whenever he is writing the code. Okay. So next point is carried throughout the development process. So now, because we are developing the system, so this unit testing will be done whenever a functionality is written by a developer. Whenever functionality is developed by a developer, he will also write his unit test cases. So this is very basic and first level of testing, right? Very basic. So now the next testing level is integration testing. Integration testing level occurs when good percentage of system is built. So why I am saying good percentage of system built? Because whenever developer is writing code, he is writing in small units, small piece of code, right? So giving a small piece of code to a tester makes no sense, right? A proper functionality should be working, right? So let's take this example again, that let's say you are trying to log in into Instagram. You will enter your username, you will enter your password, then you will click on a login button. This is one functionality, and you should land on a profile page, let's say, right? So now you are on a profile page. This is a complete one functionality. So now let's say you want to update your profile picture. You need to update your status. So all these small functionalities are on your profile page. So these are different functionalities, right? So what you do is you will write a proper one functionality which would be consisting of different units or different piece of code, and that is given to a tester. Now Now, because a tester has complete functionality, or you can say a complete flow, right? You're logging in and then you're landing onto a page. This is a one functionality, a one flow. Okay. So these levels occur when a good percentage of system is built. That means many small components written together, working together, or you can say subsystems are developed. At that point of time, integration testing is done. In this, we do testing of a component of subsystem. Maybe the complete system is not ready, but at least one end-to-end flow is working, right? Subsystems. You can also say APIs and interface, right? Usually, this is done by QAs and testers, and bugs are raised. In unit testing, bugs were not raised. In unit testing, it was done by developer. Integration testing is done by software testers or QAs, right? So this process, these levels come under STLC, software testing lifecycle. Now, last point is verify proper working of functionalities, API, timings, problem and messages. So in this, we verify everything. Testers verify everything, that the functionalities are working fine or not, going through the documentation, API is working fine, timing problems are not there, that if we are initiating an API, it is giving us quick response, not taking much more than milliseconds, and the messages, if is there any messages which needs to be shown to a user, that messages are shown properly. So all of that major testing is done over here. And one more point, that whenever we are doing testing, we do manual testing as well as automation testing, right? We'll cover manual and automation testing in further videos. But for now, you just need to understand that there are two types of testing, that is manual testing and automation testing. So whenever we are doing integration testing, we must be writing automation test cases also, okay? So we are writing automation test cases in this level, okay? So now let's move to the next level of testing. Next level of testing is system testing. Okay. So objective of this testing is to ensure that end-to-end complete system is working as per specifications and business logic. So over here, now our system is 80 to 90% developed. A good percentage of system is developed over here. Earlier we were testing the small units, then we tested bigger units, bigger systems, right? Over here we have good amount of system, right? Good percentage of system which we need to test. So now, because we have done testing of the small functionality, we have done testing of the modules, the subsystems. Over here we'll perform testing on complete system. Okay. So here we run complete regression test to ensure system is working as per expectation. So these automation cases were written in last level, right? And we are running these automation cases on complete system to understand that this system is working end to end and nothing is breaking, right? So this is called system testing. We also verify the compatibility of the environment here. So whenever a system or software is developed, the development teams test it on their production. They create an environment where we'll run our software, which will be similar to the final production environment, right? So over here, first the testers or the developers will test the complete system on their test environment, and then it will go to production environment, right? The final environment. And that test environment should be almost 99% similar to the product environment. And if the software is failing on the test environment, that means we need to make some changes, we need to raise some bugs, right? And this system testing is also done from developers end, from companies end. Okay, so this was about system testing. Now coming to acceptance testing. So acceptance testing is the last level of testing. It is more about validation. So until now, we were performing verification, right? The complete system was getting ready. So what was a verification? Verification is the question that are we building the system right? Okay, and complete code is not yet built. We are still building the code, right? Now, the question after system gets built, the question is, have we built the system right or not? Is the system correct or not? Is the build system correct or not, right? So now we'll do the validation. Acceptance testing is conducted in real operational environment. by intended users focusing on their needs, requirements, and business process. So acceptance testing is performed by users, by intended users, right? There is a small group of people who will use the software or application just like a end user will use. For example, when Instagram was launched, directly giving that Instagram usage to you and me, that Instagram must have done some acceptance testing with their testing team, right? There must be some people, intended people who must have used that Instagram, right? And then if they would have said, yes, this is working very nicely, I'm able to perform all the functionalities, I'm able to perform everything, then it moves to getting live, right? Then we were able to use it. So now there are two types of acceptance testing: alpha testing and beta testing. So let's first cover alpha testing. Alpha testing is basically done on the end of developers or company side. Okay, so company, they themselves find some potential users here and invite to use their system. They tell that please come and use this system and use it like a daily user, or you can say a end user, and just let us know whatever issues you are facing. Okay, are you able to do all the action over here? Are you able to log in? Are you able to change your DP? Are you able to do post? Are you able to make comments? Everything, like each and every corner they will let the user use, right? Developers observe the user and note down the problems. Okay, so if they are facing any problem, then developers will note down those problems and they will fix at their end only. Then comes beta testing. This is done on client side. Okay, now the company, the developers, testers, DevOps, the complete team has given that system to the client. Take your system and you can do your testing at your end. So what client will do? Client sends the software to a cross section of people who install and use it like end users. So they make their team, they find some people who will again use it and let them know if there is any bug. And if any bug found, that bug is sent to the team, the developers team, to get it fixed. So this is how alpha testing and beta testing is done, and it is the last level of testing. Okay, so these were the 4 levels of testing, and these 4 levels of testing will consist more different types of testing. You will understand those lectures very easily now because you have a clear image of what are different levels of testing, right? So let's wrap up for today. And if you have any doubts, any questions, you can comment down and I'll get back to you. Okay. So bye bye. Take care, guys, and keep learning.